Welcome to the animations tutorial. In this tutorial we'll go over how to animate this planetary gear set. And so we'll go down here to start animating and we'll click on this animation 1 tab. And it brings up this timeline down here where we do all of the editing for the animation. And so the first thing I want to do is start off by showing you how to zoom in and rotate your model. So we're going to start from way out here and we're going to zoom into the model and rotate it a little bit so we can get a better aspect of it. So what we'll do is we have all our tabs here starting at 0, and I'm just going to click here at 2 seconds because I want it to zoom in for 2 seconds. And this orientation and camera views is selected, so all we have to do is zoom in to where we want and pan a little bit and hit play, and it should zoom right in, and there is the zoom. And now if we want to lock this position and not every time we switch screens rotate and do that, we'll right click on here and disable view key creation. So now if we move it around, if I go to this and move it, it's not going to change our views. And so now we can actually start animating. I've moved it to a ½ second past where we were, and I'm just going to grab this wheel and move it down, and you can see it creates these lines here. The green lines means there's an animation and it's moving, and so we'll just keep clicking in ½ second increments and we'll spin this around a few times. You can't just spin it or choose a gear and spin it several times, because it only goes to each time step goes to the fastest or the shortest distance to where you moved it to. So you have to do small time steps as you move around. So we'll just keep doing a few of these time steps and rotating it about 1/3 of a turn each time. So just do a few more to give you the idea. Alright, that should be good enough. Now we'll hit play and it'll zoom in, and now it should start rotating. Yeah, there we go. Now let's say we want to hide some parts so we can see the internal workings of this. I'll leave my time bar here and I'll just right click on these and hide the components. And we're just right clicking and clicking on hide components. Alright, and now you'll see these magenta lines come in. But the magenta lines, they go all the way to the beginning, so if I hit play on this, they're going to start fading out from the beginning, as you can see here. So we need to change that because I want it to fade towards the end. So I'm going to go in and we'll start 4½ seconds here. So we're going to go and you click on each of these magenta lines, and there's 3 of them, and you hold down Control to select them all, and right click and hit copy, and then we'll paste them to this line. You see they shortened. All of them did that. So now if we hit play, so go right in, it should zoom in, now it should start spinning, and now it'll fade while it's spinning. So you can see the fade out as the planets are moving around. And so now I'm going to continue on and rotate these some more as we're going, and then I'll show you how to use the animation wizard here to rotate the part or the assembly while you're animating. So I'll make a few more of these just to give you the idea. Alright, that's probably good enough. And we'll go into here and hit Animation Wizard, and it asks us if we want to rotate the model, and we'll hit Next, and we'll rotate around the Y-axis, and we'll do 1 rotation. I'll hit Next. Duration, we'll just make it 5 seconds, and we want it to start here at the we'll do the 8-second mark, and we'll hit Finish, and now we can see up in the timeline here it's created this rotation here. It starts at 8 seconds and it goes out here to 12½. And if we hit play, it should zoom in, Now it should start spinning, and now it'll fade out, and then the part will rotate. And you just go from there and animate through there. You can do all sorts of things with this. And now I want to show you how to save the video. So we go down here to Save Animation, and this will ask us, where we want to save it. But it also gives us options like frame rates per second. We'll make this 15. It'll take a while to render this, but we'll just do that. And I'll just save it on the desktop. I hit Save, and then it'll ask you compression quality and all of this, but we just hit OK, and it'll start rendering the video. While it's doing that, I'm going to pause this and we'll come back and watch the video. Alright, it's done rendering the video, so I'm just going to minimize this here, and we'll hit play, and we can watch our video here on Windows Media Player. It fades out, and then it'll rotate. Alright, and with that, we'll conclude the animations tutorial.